The top mistakes that ruins men's lives: drugs, alcohol, porn, sex, ejaculation, binge eating, binge watching Netflix, video games, and so much more. The top mistake men make, generally speaking, is choosing short term pleasures over long term fulfillment. If you have those habits I just mentioned, if you indulge in those short term pleasures consistently, they will compound over time and they will lead you to feel miserable and look back with regret. Unfortunately, I am lucky enough that I've given up alcohol very early in my life and I've given up porn a few years ago and I've never looked back. And I'm happy because that will compound over time. But there are also some habits that I still have that I want to let go of, like the habits of Netflix, of TV shows and movies. I don't indulge in them so much, but I could do better and replace it with reading more, meditating more. Those are habits already have in my life. I implemented them in my life, but I want to do more because you have to understand that there's only so much time in a day, and the time you allocate to certain things should be chosen wisely. So if you choose unwisely in all those things that are escapism most of the time, then over time they will compound and make you miserable and have a life full of regret, as I just said. But it's important to now you have to understand that certain habits you have, certain of those short-term pleasures are okay to indulge in moderation. But if you are doing them consistently and if they take so much of your time, you have to understand that not only they can make you miserable, but they also take a lot of your time and a lot of your energy. Those are the things you need as a man to fulfill certain desires, so the long-term desire and perhaps your long-term calling. If you have read Stephen Pressfield or Viktor Frankl, if you don't have a purpose or are not looking for a purpose, something meaningful in your life, you will generally cope by doing things like drugs, alcohol, and all those short-term pleasures. So it's incredibly important for a man to at least find something meaningful in his life. And that is why you have to put aside all those short-term pleasure and replace them, make constructive habits more of a priority than all those short-term pleasures that should be consumed in moderation, except for drugs, porn, internet scrolling, and alcohol. I do put internet scrolling in the same category as porn, drugs, and alcohol because number one, it is a habit that is very addictive, and that addiction is increasing in our society, especially for young people. And it is very nefarious and it's a huge waste of time. Mark my words, it is a huge waste of time. My friends can do this for hours and I cannot even imagine for younger people. Anyway, you have to choose habits that will be conducive to better behaviors, to your higher calling, to better choices like doing harder things, cold showers, meditation, mindfulness, lifting weights. Every man should heavy weights. Reading. There are so many good things that you could do in your life instead of indulging in those short-term pleasure. I know this is easy. And I know a lot of the things I mentioned take time, take energy. You won't want to do this because it's harder. It's harder than indulging in all those pleasures. 10, you have to choose your pain. You can either choose the pain from following all those short-term pleasures because those short-term pleasures bring pain along with them. And not only the pain of dread, but the pain of just indulging in short-term pleasures because the more you have this sudden rush of dopamine to indulging in those short-term pleasures, the more pain you will feel because you will build tolerance and your brain will release cortisol and stress. So you will not have only the pain from regret, you just have pain for indulging in those short-term pleasures. Your life will become more dull, more miserable, and more depressing and sadder. You will not be able to enjoy the smaller things of life. Whereas here, when you decide to do things that are harder, you will struggle. to a certain extent. But this is the pain you allow. This is the pain you can embrace. You are not seeking for the pain, but you know it comes with the territory. So you embrace it wholeheartedly. And you understand that those pains are just growing pains and will lead you to where you want to go, which is your highest potential, your highest self, will lead you to achieve greatness in life. And that is what I want for all of us. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sebastian, your addiction recovery coach, and I'm here to help men desexualize their mind, give up porn, and other addictive compulsions and behavior. I'm sure I can help. Links in the description box below, and I'm looking forward to